Hi, my name is Kylie Sparks. My pronouns are they, them. I will be playing Belle in If We Be Friends.
Hi, my name is Rosie Allspawn. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the writer and director of If We Be Friends. We met through a friend.
Yes, we actually did meet through a friend. So to back up, I was a strike captain during the SAG and WGA strikes. My main point was at Warner Brothers, and my friend Cameron, who I met online, and then he came to the picket line, met him, and then about 6 months after, texted me and said, hey, my friend Rosie is doing a table read for her new feature, and I think there's a great role there for you. Would you be down? Really fell in love with the script. Just thought it was so well written, just a very tight script. And also, I loved the flexibility that Rosie rewrote the role to be non-binary. It was really refreshing to read a non-binary role that had such depth and three-dimensionality that wasn't seeped in trauma porn or seeped in like a vendetta or anything. It was just an ensemble dramedy that just had a level of queerness that was just normalcy and just throughout, and it was just a breath of fresh air. And that was February of 2024. I've been attached since April of 2024. So this has been a very long journey for me. I think it's important to get stories like this made because, and you say this perfectly on, our Seed&Spark and everything, is like, this all comes back to connection. It all comes back to, how do we build community? How do we connect with each other in our lives? And I've loved films in this same vein, like Big Chill, like The Intervention, like About Alex, and we need more of those. And this is the kind of project that I have been attached to do, and then in the 11th hour it falls apart. So
that's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. But it's one of those things where right now, as I made mention earlier, trans storylines are getting pulled by the major networks, by studios. I mean, even before the election last year, Disney pulled 2 major trans storylines because they didn't want to anger, the political spectrum. If folks want to help trans creatives get their stories told and everything, you do have to help them get to the finish line, and part of that is financing.
Like you said, we have multiple queer storylines in this. I know that I have taken a lot of inspiration from friends of mine who are non-binary or trans. There's a lot of big stuff that happens, but then there's a lot of the day-to-day, constantly being misgendered at work and how it just wears you down. And that's one of the things that we've discussed before, is how we just want to normalize the existence. Again, we're not trying to do a whole trauma thing. It's just we just want to normalize the presence of non-binary people in an environment where they are loved and cared for and respected.
Exactly. And something that I have told people that one of the things that really, really, really just made me oh, okay, she gets it. She understands. There's a line that my character says when we're talking about one of our mutual friends, and
they're almost here.
They're almost here, and I'm like, oh, is there a pronoun change that I don't know about? That and to me, that is so. When I saw that, I was like, okay, she gets it. Because that is such a normal thing to say, especially if you're in a friend group where there are, queer people and trans people existing. It's like, oh, is there something I didn't know about? And that's just a very normal question. And I loved that. That was something I was like, okay, she gets it. It's just nice to be able to play in a sandbox where it is just connection with friends over, a tragedy that they have to go through together. And I think that is really beautiful and touching in so many ways that I think a lot of people are not going to realize unless you've had that lived experience, where the normalcy of it is really incredible. And that was when I was like, okay, Rosie gets it. She absolutely gets it, which thank you for doing that. It's really great. It's really great to see.
Well, I appreciate you working with